pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for all your blessings. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for our city leadership, and thank you for our citizens. Please be with us and guide us as we make the best decisions possible for the city of Boonville. Amen.
Amen. Thanks, Whitney. Roll call.
Venable,
Here.
Davis,
Here.
Atkinson, Young,
Here.
Meadows, Cowherd,
Here.
Harville,
Here.
Elbert.
Here.
Okay, got a quorum. Now again, hearing of citizens' comments, get a presentation and discussion with Climate Vision regarding weather radar installation on Boonville Water Tower. Ladies?
Go ahead.
Hi, thank you guys. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Audio good? Okay, perfect. Hi, guys.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and you guys just tell me whether or not you can see it. 1 second. Emily, give me just 1 second. I'm working to get it pulled up.
I have it too if you want me to grab it.
Gosh, it's not catching up with their...
I've got it right now.
Those all movies.
Okay, success.
Very good.
All right, can you guys see that okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, no.
Great. Okay, so my name's Tara Good. We've got Emily here on my team on the phone as well. Really quickly, first of all, thank you all for having us, and thanks for having us remotely. And I will disclaim quickly that I do have a brood of children that may make an appearance. I hope not, but if you see one, I apologize in advance, and I'll kick it to you, Emily, if I find myself in that position. We're really excited tonight just to quickly share with you some highlights about a really impactful project that we hope to partner with the city on here. This is a weather radar project. It's a gap-filling weather radar project. I'll start really quickly with Climate Vision, who we are, why we're here. Really, our entire existence and mission for operation is really to fill gaps in traditional weather surveillance to help better prepare and respond to volatile weather patterns. So, emergency management directors in counties and cities. City leadership themselves are often, who live in these gaps, are often contending with the challenges that come from being in one of these gaps, which we'll show you in just a minute. But just wanted to kind of set the tone there at the top that this is why we exist here at Climate Vision. What are we proposing? We're looking for a home for our radar. You guys there in Boonville sit pretty much dead center in the center of a gap, and I'll explain a little bit about what those gaps are. But because you're in the center and because you are contending with some of those challenges of being in the gap, we're looking for a home for that radar. By placing this system in this particular area, we will actually provide coverage beyond just your local area there, but we'll get the maximum coverage by being in the center. So in exchange for the home, we've talked about a water tower there in the community. We would be giving data access to the emergency management professionals there in the county, and also all of the city leadership. This can be EMA, fire, police, school boards, etc. So everybody would have access to this data via a real-time viewer. And then we're doing a lot of other work to get it into the hands of forecasters, modelers, and all of that, who are charged with all of the official warnings and things that go out to the communities. But this is kind of the, high level, what exactly are we proposing? It's no cost. We should probably make sure we say that up front. This cost the city nothing to partner with us. So I talked a little bit about gaps there. When we think of the great network that we have right now that surveys incoming weather for communities. It's really the gold standard of networks. I myself, I spent about a decade in public service actually responding to weather disasters, which is what led me to weather, and I've been almost another decade now in weather. And I was charged with fielding these types of networks all over the world, and they were pretty much trying to emulate what we do here in the US. So we have a really great network when we look at the higher level of the atmosphere. But because of the nature of Doppler technology and the way that radars work, and the topography of the Earth, and the fact that we have a curved Earth, there are some challenges in the low level. So the further away you get from a National Weather Service radar, the higher it's looking above your head, and that's what creates this low level gap. And this can be indicated by maybe certain weather phenomena that you don't see coming or didn't know was coming because it happened maybe closer to the ground and just was not picked up. So we're really focusing on what you see in the right hand picture here, and we've got that little arrow that points right in your direction. This is a little bit more about that science. Like I said, the further you get away, the higher it's looking, and because the Earth is curved, a lot of the volatility can happen there close to the ground, and you may not see it until it's bigger, or until it's coming your way, or until you're experiencing it. And this particular weather radar that we are hoping to situate right between neighboring National Weather Service systems will be looking really close to the ground and provide some coverage until that beam hits the nearby National Weather Service systems. So this is you all right there in the center of that gap. That little blue box there is a 60-mile radius. So if you were to pop that radar in the center, you're going to get 60 miles of coverage every direction that you look. And that's why we were talking to Boonville today. You've got a great location that would be really well suited for this particular system. Our business model. So a lot of they say, well, how can you afford to bring this at no cost? A lot of them have been looking for solutions via grants or lobbying the federal government, et cetera. We have sort of a creative model. First of all, we monetize models and forecasts, and we sell them to all kinds of weather sensitive industries like you see here on the screen. And those are not really radar dependent, but those allow us to bring these radars at no cost to the communities that we work with through our partnerships. The actual radar data that we collect from this radar, it can, once you get it, it can serve a variety of purposes, also for a lot of these industries that you see here. And so that also helps us underwrite the cost of the system after we've placed it. It is not contingent on any kinds of these relationships. We bring it no matter what, but then we turn around and we find a way to pay for it after it's been installed. So we just like to hit that up front and say, we have a way to pay for this. We take off the infrastructure burden that has typically been borne by some of the industries or even the government, and we handle that so that public service officials, public safety officials can do what they do best. So Emily, I'm going to kick it over to you for the installation details if you want to talk about the project a little bit.
Sure. Hi everybody. I oversee our installations. We have a couple really key vendors that we work with. The radar sits on a platform that's about 12 by 10 feet. So that is representative of the footprint that would be on top of the water tower. There's a lightning rod and an aircraft warning light on top of the radar, and the legs are adjustable. So you can lift it up about 8 feet or so. There's essentially enough room for a person to get underneath, do maintenance, open vents or hatches. We really are mindful of making sure we don't interfere with operations of the water tower in any way. And we've done many projects like this. We've had, I think, 17 now, Tara, on top of water towers. So it's a pretty, it seems novel, but it's pretty tried and true for us. Fairly commonplace at this point. So we're installing about 2 or 3 systems on water towers a month. So there's also a weatherproof control cabinet that sits on the ground. This wouldn't be on top of the water tower, but somewhere on the ground, along with the backup generator. So those are the 3 main pieces of equipment that we would be looking to bring to the site and find a home for, hopefully.
Did you guys see that slide change? I wasn't sure if it was working. I got hung up here.
It hasn't gone yet.
No? Anything?
Still on your install slide, Emily?
Yep.
All right, let me unshare and try to reshare. It looks like it's hung up. Any luck?
Black.
Yes,
There
yep,
we go.
all good.
Okay. Okay.
So here are a few examples of recent installations that we have done on water towers. We currently are going through the engineering process on this water tower at the moment. We don't expect any issues given the condition and the size and the type of water tower, but we of course do our due diligence and do a full structural analysis. We do an analysis on the shell of the tank as well. And then if all goes well and, the city's interested in moving forward, we would do a full set of construction drawings as well to present to the city to approve before we, did anything on the property. But yeah, this just gives you a quick little visual of some of our recent installs.
I fear it's maybe not transitioning again. Hold on a sec. Sorry, guys. Any luck, Emily? Can you see that
Yeah,
final
I can
slide?
see it.
Okay.
So this really just summarizes the project. We call it the fine print. But again, it's no cost project to the city. We bring the radar for free. It's going to benefit not just the city and this county, but also your neighboring community. As Tara mentioned, the reach of this radar, optimal range is 60 miles all the way around you all. So we own, maintain, and assume all liability on the radar. This will in no way be your all's headache. You won't have to maintain it. You won't have to have a spares depot. You don't need to know how to operate it. We take care of all of that, and you all would benefit from having some really critical data that you all can use for operations. We are licensed by the FCC, and we operate on a very high frequency, 92 to 9700. So we do get asked every now and then about interference with SCADA equipment or other, comms equipment that might be on or near the water tower, but no issues there. We're on a much different frequency. So, and the other quick points I'll touch on is that we look to bring electric, fiber typically for comms, and natural gas or propane for the backup power source if it's not already available on the site. So we would, in a perfect world, we would coordinate all of that ahead of time while waiting for the radar to be ready to go. And then as soon as the radar is ready, we can go ahead and turn everything on, and it's a fairly quick process. The installation takes about 7 days. Only 2 of those 7 I would consider like heavy construction days where you might have some rental equipment on the site. Majority of it's pretty low impact where you're assembling equipment or testing the radar, things of that nature. And then about 30 to 45 days after that, the real-time data would be available to the county, and we could do onboarding and training on how to use the data, a ribbon cutting opportunity if that's of interest. But it's a really interesting way to share this great project with the community. So.
Yeah, and did this transition okay? Okay, good. I'll just share a couple of interesting case studies or information about this one in particular. This is a system based in Columbia County, Georgia, which is just outside of Augusta. They're located in one of these low-level gaps in information. And actually, this one was interesting because we had just installed the radar, and we had people still on top of it doing some configuration, and there was a pretty severe cell moving in. And we said, everyone get off the tank. We need to turn it on and see what's going on and obviously get them to safety. And the moment we flipped it on, we were able to capture this tornado hook. Now, I show this not to say that the partners we work with would ever be in a position of having to tell that this was a tornado. But because this was located very close to the ground, we were able to get a more high resolution picture of the particular cell on the ground, close to the ground. And beyond even just being able to capture it ahead of the nearest next rad getting it, we were also able to get a lot more granularity around what we were seeing. So these two images right here just compare when it was finally warned at that point, what it looked like on the nearest next rad because it was further away and a little bit lower resolution, and what it looked like on ours. So when you're a forecaster, a modeler, or you're working in the capacity of providing warnings and alerts, that resolution can make all the difference. And of course, it being closer to the ground can make a big difference. So we just like to show that imagery to say, this is really about bringing two pictures together. This is really, again, not meant to replace any of the good work that NSSL, NOAA, and National Weather Service do. This is meant to supplement that work. And the more that we know closer to the ground, obviously the more prepared we can be to get people out of harm's way. And so that's the intent of filling these gaps is to ultimately fill that void in information so that we can provide better public safety together. So with that, that was the last slide. I will pause and take any questions, comments, concerns, and I can flip back to anything if needed. But again, thank you so much for the opportunity to present tonight, and we'll look forward to continuing on if you guys are. To this
Any questions?
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the sizes of the water towers? I mean, some of these are 500,000 and one's a million.
Yeah, the one we're looking at putting it on is a 500,000
So
gallon.
it
It's
is
the
that
one
big?
it's the one at the hospital.
Okay, so it's big. Gotcha.
Any other questions?
Yeah,
Thank you, ladies.
The size
Sorry,
guy.
got one.
I've got a couple. You said that utilities will be paid by the company here, or will they be provided by the city? Climavision, will they be providing the utilities, or will that be the city? And then the cost of the initial inspection you were talking about.
Yeah, the utility cost, that would be 100% on us. We can set up our own meters. We would bring the backup power. It's no cost to the city.
Okay, and then the initial inspection would be on us?
No, it's on them.
On them
They
as
do
well?
all of it.
Doing everything.
Yeah, they're doing
Awesome.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, we take on all of the everything associated with vetting, construction drawing. There's not a single cost that gets passed on to the partners we work with.
Cool.
Okay, anything else? Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Thanks. Have a good evening.
Have a great rest of the night. Bye.
Any other citizens' comments? Okay. Approval of the minutes from the last council meeting. They're on pages 16 through 18. Are there any questions or corrections? Okay, and they will stand as submitted. We have one consent item. Consider change order number 3 from Midstate Pipeline Maintenance LLC in the amount of $0 for sanitary sewer improvements 2023. It's on page 19. Could I have a motion?
Mayor, I make a motion we approve this consent item.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you, Andrew. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Coward,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Elbert.
Yes.
All right. Item 6, presentation of accounts and claims. It's on page 20.
Ordinance appropriating money. Be it ordained by the council of the city of Boonville as follows. Section 1, for the purpose of paying salaries and various accounts against the city of Boonville, which have been allowed by the council at the regular meeting thereof on September 18, 2023, the sum of $285,501.85. General fund, $144,462.25. Sanitation, $23,178.28. CIP tax, $30,010.24. Waterworks, $33,855.55. Capital projects, $0.00. Wastewater, $28,758.82. Tourism, $6,254.59. Gaming, $18,307.78. Parks and Water, $674.34. Kemper sales tax, $0.00. Economic development projects, $0.00. The account is hereby authorized and instructed to draw checks on the respective city bank accounts in favor of the persons whose salaries and accounts have been allowed as above, amounting to $285,501.85, being the total amount of money being appropriated. Section 3, this ordinance shall take effect and be in force from and after its passage. First reading September 18, 2023, read for the second time this September 18, 2023, since a copy was made available prior to the meeting.
Second reading title only.
Ordinance appropriating money.
Okay,
Mayor, I make a motion to approve this ordinance.
thank you.
I'll
Whitney?
second.
Got second? Questions and comments? Okay, roll call.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Coward,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Hilbert.
Yes.
I don't see any unfinished business. New business. Resolution R 2023-15, supporting TerraVest Developments Incorporated, Village at Kemper Greens, Housing Development.
A resolution of the City of Boonville, Missouri, supporting the construction of Village at Kemper Greens, a family residential community. Whereas TerraVest Development Corp. has proposed to develop up to 48 units of family affordable housing known as Village at Kemper Greens, located off the west side of Kemper Drive, just north of Ashley Road in the City of Boonville, Missouri. And whereas the City of Boonville, Missouri recognizes the need for safe, quality-built, affordable housing for family citizens as a priority. And whereas the construction of said residential apartment community will provide affordable housing for families and will be in the best interest of the residents of Boonville, Missouri. And now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of City of Boonville, Missouri, that support is hereby granted to TerraVest Developments, LLC, for the application to the Missouri Housing Development Commission for tax credits and financing to assist in aforementioned project. Be it further resolved that the city clerk is hereby instructed to forward a copy of the resolution to the Missouri Housing Development Commission and TerraVest Developments, LLC. Passed this 18th day of September 2023 by the City Council of Boonville, Missouri.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion we approve the resolution.
Thank you, Andrew. Who's got the second?
I'll second.
Steve's got the second. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Coward,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Hilbert.
Yes.
It passes.
Hey, Amber, just a note that there is a small typo.
4?
Yeah, the 4.
Yep,
Okay.
I got it, thanks.
Item B, under new business. First reading of bill number 2023-027, approving a final site plan for Quick Trip located at 1802 West Ashley Road. It's on pages 21 through 44.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, approving the final site plan for Quick Trip at 1802 West Ashley Road, Boonville, Cooper County, Missouri, providing an effective date therefore and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Okay. Reports of standing committees. Planning and zoning.
So minutes are in the packet. The Quick Trip thing came up on the agenda, and then we had a decent discussion around the situation with congestion with the school parking lot and the school traffic and things like that. So I know Jeff was there, so maybe just kind of keep an eye on it going forward. So.
Okay, good. All right. Street alley. Any questions or comments on that one? Reports of city officials. City administrator.
I just want to, discuss the ClimaVision proposal. As I noted in the memo, that if you guys are interested, that we'll proceed to move forward, put an ordinance for the lease agreement. Doug has reviewed the standard form. They went ahead and shared it with me. We made a few comments, and they were amenable to all of the few changes. So it's in a final form if you guys want to move forward.
I fully support it.
Yeah, I'm in favor. I can't think of anything that would be not beneficial to the city or for the citizens in the community.
I guess the water guys, is there any issue from your perspective on putting something on top of one water tower, structurally, operationally, otherwise?
As long as it's, like Jake said, as long as it's gone through an engineer study and they hold it.
I mean, it's,
With that stand on top of the tower, they're gonna obviously weld it to the top. So they're gonna have to grind the steel down to bare white metal in order to weld it. And they'll obviously have to paint back, touch paint back the area that's been grounded off. And it's normally gonna have to be inspected by a base inspector, to make sure the coatings are on correctly. Right.
I mean, the only thing I would be concerned about is EMF or RF exposure. I mean, I got 20, almost 30 years in telecom experience, and I'd be worried about EMF or RF exposure. But being on top of the tower, that's the perfect location. So I don't see any reason why anybody should be worried about that.
Okay. All right. That's all I have.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, we've got 2 committee positions to approve. Krista Howard on the Fire Board and Heather Overstreet on Architectural Review. Okay. Do we need a motion on that?
Yes.
That's what I would think. Somebody give me a motion.
Mayor, make a motion we approve these.
Okay, got a second?
I'll second it.
Second, good. Questions or comments?
Sorry, what committees were these for?
Fire board and architectural review.
Okay, great, thanks.
You straight? Okay,
Thanks.
roll call.
Venable,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Elbert.
Yes.
Okay, pass, they pass. Anybody else have any miscellaneous?
Skipped over Amber.
I don't have anything anyway. But thank you.
Okay, Steve,
I should.
Motion to adjourn.
where's the second?
Second.
All right. All in favor? Get up and go.